Hello, Colerain. I'm Jeff Weckbach, the Township Administrator. I'm here to give you a sneak peek at what's going to be on next week's Trustee Meeting agenda. So we're going to start the meeting off actually at 5:30, and that's going to be with our CIC. That's our Community Improvement Corporation. They're going to have their first meeting of the year where they're going to go through a lot of their just standard practices to get the year started. After that, we're going to move into a special meeting of the Board of Trustees. This is a work session where they will be specifically discussing capital reserves. So one of the things that we've been trying to do is better plan our resources for the long-term investment in our facilities and our various other needs of our departments that are capital. There's going to be a lot of discussion around that, and we hope that you all are able to tune in and listen to that. After that, at 7 o'clock, we're going to start with our regular meeting of the Board of Trustees. We have a number of items on the agenda and just kind of scanning through what those are and providing you all some highlights. So the first item is going to be a presentation from Chief Cordy. He's going to be swearing in some new police officers. So please be on the lookout for those new officers and wave if you see them out and about. After that, we'll move into new business with public safety. And we're going to start off with the fire department with some contracts with Springfield Township. These are to provide mutual aid into the Pleasant Run Farms area of Springfield Township, and then also to provide mutual aid into the West College Hill and Golfway area of Springfield Township. Colerain Township will be reimbursed for any services that we provide in those areas, which is another way for us to increase revenue while providing a quick response to those departments. After that, we've got several items in the police department, first of which is going to be a reading on our drone policy. So the board contemplated purchasing a drone for use during police operations and suggested that it would be a good idea for us to first bring forward a policy on how we're going to use this equipment. So this will be a first reading of that may or may not lead to future action on behalf of the board. After that, we're going to dig in on our typical resolutions for nuisances and junk vehicles. We've got quite a few on the list this year, so I encourage you all to check out the agenda as soon as it comes out later this week. After that, we will be looking to issue a noise resolution permit to Club Trio. As a reminder, different organizations and businesses are able to request a suspension of part of our noise resolution in order to allow them to engage in operations such as concerts and different events at their venue. This is one of those. Then we have an item on the agenda to consider renewing our contract with Jim Love to serve as the PIO for the police department. So you all may have seen Jim as sort of the first on scene, usually on behalf of the police department when we have a critical incident or issue. After that, we're going to jump into public services, and we've got a few items there, most of them being contracts. So the first is going to be the contract to award our 2023 road program. We went out to bids, we got several bids back, and the recommendation at this point is to enter into an agreement with Alita Construction. Alita has done a couple other road contracts over the past few years for us as well, so the township is familiar with their work. Beyond that, we've got a motion to look at awarding a contract for Phase 3 of the Colerain Park Playground. So we did Phases 1 and 2 of Fort Colerain, and Phase 3 is actually going to be the toddler area. So if you all have been by the park, you'll notice that the old equipment that was there has been removed in preparation for the proposed award of this contract. After that, we've got a few items in the development department. We first have an agreement with Hamilton County for a grant and loan that they are providing us to assist with our Colerain Avenue Streetscape program. It's a $300,000 total award, half of that being a loan and half of that being a grant. The loan is a zero-interest loan that the township would repay over 5 years. We then have a couple of appointments to our various commissions that support the development department. That would be the BZA and the Zoning Commission. And we then have the acceptance of bids for demolition. So we've had several properties throughout our community that we were looking to demolish and repurpose into better use. We secured a grant through the state of Ohio and the Hamilton County Port Authority to do that work, and the results of those bids came back, and we will hopefully be awarding that at this meeting. After that, we'll move into the administration department, where we just have a couple of items. One is a motion to execute an agreement with Zix. This is an in-house software platform that allows us to access Office and Word and all those critical things that we need to do what we do. And then the other item under administration is to look to extend our aggregation program for electric. That's set to expire this May, so this motion would allow me as the township administrator to go out to market, negotiate a rate, and hopefully sign that agreement. Any agreement that gets signed will be brought back to a future meeting for final approval. After that, we move into our consent item, and there are quite a few items on the list this meeting. Several of these are promotions throughout our various ranks. So we've had some turnover due to retirements at the higher ends of our police and fire departments, and so we've got a number of folks that are promoting, and we're excited about that, as well as backfills for those individuals with new hires. And looking down the list here, there are a few contracts that I signed, but outside of that, we look forward to seeing you all at the meeting on Tuesday night. And if you all aren't able to make it to the meeting in person, I encourage you all to watch online, live, or watch the replay at waycross.com. As always, thank you all for tuning in. Colerain.